Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's Ben Joya from InfluenceWithAHeart.com. Thank you for being here, whether you're catching this live or in recording. It's an absolute pleasure to be here with you. Today is the Brilliant Book Method, and I'm going to be talking all about that in a moment. I'm going to be introducing myself in a little bit, tell you about how I'm a three-time best-selling author, creator of the Influence with a Heart method, and all that sort of good stuff. And we're only going to be here together for 30 minutes, so I am going to talk at this pace, okay? So I promise that in our time together, you will discover the keys for getting your book done fast and leveraging it before it's published. So for more clients, for more strategic partners, and for more impact, right? So why wait till your book is done to make a difference in the world, to make an impact, to help more people, to create the business and life you love, right? No reason to wait, no time like the present, so let's do it. And if you stay till the end today, I have this wonderful template of testimonials for you. So plug and play like Mad Libs, if you remember Mad Libs, right? You need testimonials for your book, you need testimonials for your business, for your website. You want social proof, right? People love you. You want to get their words showing that they love you, because that's why other people will come hang out with you, will come say yes to you. That's why Yelp is such a powerful thing. So you want to get these testimonials, and you want to make it really easy for the people that you're asking for testimonials to give that testimonial to you, because they want to help you. You want to make it easy, so you write it for them, you send it to them, and you say, hey, I wrote this testimonial because I know you're busy. I'd love you to write a testimonial for me or use this for me. So please write it, bless it, edit it, whatever you want to do, get it back to me. And thank you for your support. So make it easy for people to help you. And at the end, I will show you how you can access these. So today will change your life. And if for some reason you can't stick around any longer than the next 30 seconds, come visit me at influencewithaheart.com/chat. Once again, influencewithaheart.com/chat. And it would be my pleasure to serve and support you and have a chat with you. 15 minutes, let's see what we can do together. At the very least, I can point you in the right direction so you can make the right choices about your book, about publishing, about leveraging your book, all that kind of good stuff. So today, we're talking about the keys to writing, finishing, leveraging a book. Whether you have an idea, a half-done book, or even a messy manuscript. So wherever you are in the process, you're in the right place. This is super valuable for you. Today, we're talking about the gift of sharing your message while creating the life you want and the business you love, thanks to your book or books, right? And the other part of this is the best strategies and tactics, knowing the fastest path to success. And I am sharing stuff that other people are not teaching. Other people might be teaching some of this, but I'm teaching it in a comprehensive way, so you really know how easy it is, how accessible it is to get your book done, to get it published right, to leverage in a way that makes an impact. And I'm really glad you're here. So I'm going to tell you how I got here. So if we haven't met before, I'm a three-time international best-selling author. I have 38 years of writing and publishing adventures, which includes launching the world's largest magazine, or biggest magazine, at least at the time, AARP. I've trained more than 100 millionaires at Stanford and in Sydney, Australia. After writing my second book in 5 weeks, the one at the first column in the middle with my big bald head on there. That's Influence with a Heart. I also created the first mindfulness program for the ALS Association. That's Lou Gehrig's disease. Stephen Hawking also had ALS. And I helped a Fortune 100 company create an empathy video game with MIT for more than 20,000 global employees to improve resilience and also to improve customer experience. All this stuff came in and around my book, right? And I've had this opportunity to teach more than 110 people at this point how to write their books, how to publish their books the right way. Some recent books, Dismantling Racism by the Reverend Dr. Carolyn Curry Avery, is out in the world making a big impact. The Cost of Clutter in the middle here, Monica Jenkins. She got a 5-figure speaking gig. I helped her get a 5-figure speaking gig before the book was even done. We leveraged the book to make that happen. On the right-hand side, top right, Anne-Marie Schroeder has written Being Brown in a Black and White World. She's speaking to Google thanks to that book, right? So it's my honor and pleasure to help people with amazing messages who are making an impact to make that impact even more effective thanks to their book, and positioning themselves as a unique expert with their message, right? That's what it's all about. But for me, it wasn't always like this kind of success. Happy and grateful to be able to share it. Like, it wasn't what it used to be, right? So I used to look like this at some point in my life, right? Back in the day, I was partying way too much, doing way too many drugs, doing way too many of the wrong kinds of drugs. But I was not really realizing the impact of that because I was having great success at my work, right? I was wending my way through these different magazine titles, getting more money, getting higher salaries, getting more vacation, having more freedom. And so I'm thinking, hey, nothing's wrong here. Everything's working for me. But that stuff catches up with you sooner or later, right? So I found my way to rock bottom. And the beautiful thing about rock bottom, even though it sucks, right, is that the only way you can look is up and the only way you can go is up, right? And I remember standing outside of my office in San Francisco. I was living in San Francisco at that time, and saying, kind of shaking my fist at the universe and saying, I just want to be free, right? So I found myself in India actually for the second time. Right, and the first time I was there, I had this experience of facing death 4 times in 72 hours, right? No hyperbole here. Bus almost going off a cliff, running from a wildfire, encountering a poisonous snake, and encountering a mountain lion, all in the space of 72 hours. So for some reason, I decided to go back to India at the point of rock bottom, because I was like, what do I do now that I'm at rock bottom? I know, I'll go back to India. And ended up doing a couple amazing things, living with a family up in the Himalayas. This is a picture in the background of the Himalayas, and had this experience of hiking through the Himalayas for 9 days with 2 of the hugest blisters on each of my Achilles tendons, right? 144,000 steps, ow, 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 hiking for 6 to 8 hours a day, high passes every other day, 12,000 feet, over to 16,000 feet, down to 12, up and over again. So you can imagine this was not fun, right? And this point in my life, I did not have anything like mindfulness practice, meditation practice, etc. But this whole experience of the blisters taught me something super, super insightful that has been foundational to what I teach for book writing, which has been foundational to my experience as an entrepreneur, and foundational to my happiness, right? And actually 2 things. The first one, after 6 days of pain, I'm looking up at the mountains and I'm going, wow, everything's really beautiful. Why is everything beautiful? And I knew at this point I was not on drugs, so I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? And then all of a sudden it dawned on me, wow, for the first time in my life, I am in the present moment. I have been in the present moment for 6 days straight because of ow, 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 right? That pain in my feet driving me back into the present moment. And I started realizing, oh my God, this is what the present moment is all about. Not the pain part, right? But the being with the experience. And when you are with the experience, so much of the universe opens up to you, or at least it did to me. So that was amazing. And the other part of it, which I figured out, about 12 years later, right, was the difference between pain and suffering, right? Pain is a part of our human experience. Physical pain, emotional pain, mental pain, spiritual pain, psychic pain, right? The whole array of pain. It's part of what's going to happen, what is part of our day-to-day lives or week-to-week or whatever the case may be. But suffering is optional, right? Suffering comes from the story, the judgment, the add-on, the worry, the anxiety, all that kind of stuff. So I learned from this experience that difference between pain and suffering, and that's why not only was I seeing the beauty of these amazing, peaks of the Himalayas, 28,000 feet above me, right? But I was also seeing the magic of everything around me, because I was not getting all hooked in the pain anymore. I was not mad at myself anymore because I didn't bring good boots to India, right? I was not giving myself a hard time. I was not saying this sucks anymore. I was still hurt, but it was a whole different experience, right? So figured that out, got my act back together, get back to the States, and I'm in debt, right? I'm in debt from the years of drugs. I had decimated my 401k, to pay my rent and survive, and also to bootstrap my business, right? These are the choices that we can make as entrepreneurs. I mean, may you not have to make the choices in the way that I did it, right? May what you learn, save you the 9 years of struggle that I went through. May what you learn save you the $100,000 that I invested, right? Like, let's get you to the goal. Let me help you do that in whatever way I can. And first and foremost is what you are discovering here today, right? Because like I said before, my book changed everything. I believe your book can change everything for you, whether it's your first book, your 12th book, whatever the case may be, to get it done right, and to get it done in a way that helps you attract more clients, more strategic partners, to make an impact with your message, and start doing that even before the book is done, right? Like, why wait, right? So you have to get it done. Actually, no, you have the privilege to get it done, and it's my honor and pleasure to support you. And remember, once you know something, you can't unknow it, right? You can't unsee it. So my goal here is to help you see the things so you will understand for yourself, oh, it's actually a lot easier than I thought. Oh, time is not an issue with my book. Oh, we can actually leverage it, and here are some ways to do it. So stay tuned, because I'm going to get to all of that stuff in a few moments. So first and foremost, right, imagine what it's like, right, having that high quality published book that's bringing you leads, clients, opportunities, and instantly positions you as an expert in your market, industry, or field, right? Imagine never having to worry about competing for business ever again. I mean, I hope you're not even worried about that at this point, because there is enough for everybody, right? An abundance mindset is super important. It takes practice, the abundance mindset. I get it. I wasn't always, operating from this place, but you start realizing that there is enough for everyone, right? There are enough clients for everyone. There's enough business for everyone. And life is so much more enjoyable when you come from a place of cooperation instead of competition, right? And imagine what it's like waking up every day with time freedom, money freedom, location freedom, creative freedom, right? Freedom to take your kids to school, to hang out and have breakfast with them, to do your morning routine, to do the yoga, to sleep in, right? To serve the people throughout the day, to take a hike, whatever you want to do with your life, because this is your life, right? And imagine what it's like to be the best version of yourself, not according to anybody else's definition, but your own, and to make the impact that you want to make in the way you want to make it, right? So part of this, remember what I talked about, the unseeing of the stuff, the biggest myths, right? Biggest myth number one about writing your book, right? Writing a book that helps your business, that positions you as an expert. Writer's block, no such thing. No such thing, right? Because if you know your audience, you know what they need, that's where the focus of your book is. Number two, alcohol, suffering, and misery. You don't need to do any of that stuff, right? That's old school thinking, especially around like novels and stuff like that. No, 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 no. Don't do it. Let that stuff go, right? Number three, my book won't be unique because other people wrote, my stuff. Nobody can write what you write, because there is no other person like you. There never was, there never will be again. No one has your skills, experience, expertise, etc. That's what helps you stand out as a unique expert. That's what attracts the right people to you. So myth number four, you need to sell at least 20,000 books to make $100,000. No, you need to sell 0 books to make $100,000. You need to sell 0 books to make 500,000 books, because you use the book as a bridge to connect with the right people, develop the relationships that can help you make an impact with your message, right? Myth number five, you can't make money before it's published or even written. Absolutely not true. Myth number six, not enough time. Absolutely not true either, right? And I'm going to talk about that in just a moment, right? So there is hope. There's so much more than hope. There's a recipe. Follow the recipe. Do the things the right way, right? Don't make the mistakes that I did. Listen to what I say, own it, apply it, and what you're about to discover will change your life, right? So the first thing, and we're going to talk about why time is no longer an issue, right? Because when you know your audience, you know who you're writing for, you know what they need, you know what the transformation is that you offer, right? Then you know what needs to be in the book. You're not screwing around, right? Focus. There's the focus. Go do it. right? Number 2, choose the length of the book ahead of time. What? Choose the length of the book ahead of time in word count, right? Give yourself boundaries, give yourself parameters. Don't be, flopping around forever. Just get it done because you know how big it needs to be. Number 3, dictate. Dictating is huge, right? It doesn't have to be every single page of your book, but dictate a lot of your book, because then you're not spending the time trying to write. You're not spending the time trying to choose the right word or choose the right phrase or render a beautiful sentence. No. Teach your expertise. Connect with your authentic voice by teaching your stuff. You're an expert already. Bring that forth, record it, right? 7 minutes, 1,000 words come out of your mouth. And if you speak as fast as I do, 1,500 words come out of your mouth, right? So you can imagine 1,500 words, 7 minutes, that's a book done in about 2 hours, a little over 2 hours. I'm not suggesting do it all in one sitting, because you really want to cultivate a book that you're proud of. But at the same time, when you sit down and create those pieces of content, do it in little chunks, bring it forth in a beautiful, magical way. Part of this is setting a timer for the dictation, for your work sessions, right? Sit down, whatever you're doing with the book, to dictate, to research, to interview people, whatever you're doing, set that timer, honor the timer, don't allow yourself to be distracted, right? Do deep work. If you've read Cal Newport's book, do deep work, right? Which is basically focus with a timer, don't get distracted, and make it happen, because by doing so, you're cultivating the muscle of genius, intuition, and flow inside of you. And then you don't have to force the book out, but you can actually partner with your higher intelligence, with your intuition, with God, with the universe, however you want to say that, and get it done. So number 5, stop fighting with your feelings, right? Your book is going to stir up feelings. There could be judgment, there could be self-worth, there could be my message is not relevant. I mean, it could be all sorts of things. It could be weird memories, it could be sad things. Don't fight with your feelings. Like, the stuff is going to come up anyway. It's impersonal. You didn't ask it to come up, but yet it came up. So what do? I teach people one simple thing. Relax your head, relax your face, and smile. Go back to it. And if you have to do that 50 times in a row, do that, because by relaxing into what comes up, you're not pushing it away, you're not getting hooked on it, right? You are letting it be, and then it goes away by itself. So number 6, don't do it alone. My honor to help you. You can go to influencewiththeheart.com/chat, set up some time with me. If that helps you, get clear on this sooner rather than later, I encourage this. But don't do it alone. Just like a spiritual practice, just like a team sport, it is a solo path in community, and that's where the best outcomes happen, right? So like I said, it's a recipe. Follow the recipe, stay on track with the recipe, pay attention, right? And leverage the book before it's published. And the first way to do that is tell people that you're the forthcoming author of this book, even if you don't know the title. I'm the forthcoming author of a book about pizza, right? Start telling people, because people will perceive you differently. People will be more likely to get on the phone with you. People will be more likely to collaborate with you. So tell people that you are the author of an amazing book. Offer books at speaking events, right? You may or may not know the story of that me. Let me try to get my words in one order here, right? The story of me speaking at Stanford University. Had this amazing opportunity. I promised to bring them books, right? But the book wasn't finished yet, right? So I wrote my book in 3 weeks, right? Got it produced, showed up, and in offering the books, I stood out in a big way, not only to the event planning company, but to the people in the audience, right? I got hired for more speaking gigs from the company. The people in the audience brought me to their headquarters in Sydney, Australia, to do a couple days of training the following year. And I was literally on everybody's desks. I was not on everybody's desktop on their computer, but everybody had physical books from me, and that made me relevant to them and made people keep hiring me for years to come afterwards, right? So speaking of leveraging your book, get a book cover done, get a digital book cover done as soon as possible. if even if the title is not perfect, if it's good enough, get it up there, put it up in all the places, social media, LinkedIn, your website, etc. Talk about that. This is how I got a 10-month consulting gig with a Fortune 100 company to create a mindfulness and empathy video game, because they saw the cover of my book that I was frantically writing in that 3-week period, right? And they asked me if I wanted to come write the curriculum for this video game that was going to be played by 20,000 people. We were developing it with MIT. And wow, I mean, that was such a game changer in my experience. And you can do this too. You can do all of this, right? So, number 4 is speak to the humans, right? When you're researching your book, don't just research your book. Ask the humans, ask your best clients, your best potential clients, your best potential strategic partners. What are their challenges? What are their fears? All that kind of stuff, because then you know what to put in the book. Then the book gets done faster. Then the book is relevant to your best people, right? That's what you want to do. Pause and pay attention, right? Like when you're having those conversations with people, if a bunch of people, clearly are expressing interest in doing some kind of work with you, or taking your course, or working with you in a different kind of way, right? Like whatever that is, if it makes sense to stop writing your book for a few weeks or a few months, do so to do something else, right? Remember Monica before that Cost of Clutter book, right? She was writing her book with me. Suddenly we said, hey, Monica, big pause. Let's work on your workshop for this company, right? 5-figure speaking gig. Let's figure out the contract. Let's, negotiate the price, the whole thing. And now she's back finishing her book. And number 6, practice believing. Practice believing that you can do this. Practice believing that it's worth it. That even when it sucks, and even when you're up against the wall, and even when it's like, oh, I hate writing this book, right? That start appreciating the benefit of the book itself, how it's going to help the people you serve, how it's going to make an impact in the world, how it's going to make an impact in your life. And it takes practice to believe, right? So keep practicing believing, right? And imagine your life with your book done, right? Imagine your life with your book done, how it changes, how more clients, more strategic opportunities come in, right? People choose you over the other person, right? They want to work with you. They think you know more stuff because you have a book, right? Or you have several books, whatever the case may be. So don't waste time, right? Like there's that old adage, when's the best time to plant a tree? Well, 20 years ago. When's the second best time? Today, right now. So really, really invite you to do this. So there's just one thing to do, and if you can't read that on the coffee cup right there, it says begin. Just begin. Get this ball rolling, get it started. And there are a couple ways that you can do that. I want to let you know 2 options, right? So let's pause. Let's take a deep breath. You can ponder for a moment as I show this to you, make a choice, and then do it, right? So depending where you are, I want to be able to support you in the best possible ways. So I have 2 great options, right? You can do Publish, Position, and Profit Master Plan. Get your publishing roadmap. That's a 2-day deep dive event. It's online. You can check it out at publishpositionandprofit.com, and I'll talk more about these in a moment. You can also, if you're ready to get your manuscript done, you can do 5-week book mastery, right? 5weekbookmastery.com, the number 5. So depending if you want your publishing roadmap, do Publish, Position, and Profit, right? If you want to get your manuscript done and know how to get clients and partners before you're published, then do 5-week book mastery, right? If you want to do both, do 5-week book mastery, and you'll get a free ticket to Publish, Position, and Profit Master Plan, right? So it's both of these programs are worth it. They're super intimate events. 5-week book mastery, you can get your book done in as little as 5 weeks. You can know your exact publishing roadmap because, like I said, you get a ticket to publishpositionandprofit.com. You get a VIP ticket, which means you get the recordings as well. So even if you can't attend the weekend live, you're all set, right? So 5weekbookmastery.com is where you can register for that, right? Again, 5-week book mastery, you can have conversations about your book that bring you clients and partnerships before your book is finished. I will teach you how to do it. It works. It's amazing. Great for your book, great insight for your book, and the partners and the clients that can help you make that impact, right? And enjoy triple productivity and results with more calm and clarity than ever before, right? I teach the magical underneath stuff that foundationalizes all of this. Some of it is the smiling meditation. Some of it is the deep work. Some of it is schedules, blueprints, templates, things to minimize your thinking and maximize your focus on your content and the people that you're serving, right? So again, we're pausing, we're breathing, we're pondering, we're considering, choosing, doing what makes sense for you to do, right? Do you want to get your book done, or do you want to come to Publish, Position, and Profit Master Plan? PublishPositionandProfit.com. You get your exact publishing roadmap for making an impact as a unique expert with your book. It's a 2-day online deep dive, super duper intimate, not more than 20 people in the room, right? Again, focusing on getting clients and partners and leverage before your book is published, before it's even written, understanding what to do about publishing and how and when and why, and debunking the myths and helping you understand, the benefits and drawbacks of traditional publishing, the benefits of self-publishing, but not doing it by yourself, right? Like, don't fix your own toilet, don't fix your own electric, don't self-publish your book on your own, hire a professional, right? Just like anything else, so you can focus on your business, the impact you're making, and having clients with potential, having calls with clients, strategic partners, and staying in your zone of genius, because that's truly what is most important here. There's a special guest trainer at Publish, Position, Profit Master Plan. It's a publisher who has more than 130 active partnerships, and he's published almost 12,000 books. Award-winning design, beautiful stuff. So come hang out, learn, and apply it to your business and your life. Okay, so pause, breathe, consider 2-day event on its own, or join the book writing course and get the 2-day event as a bonus, right? As a free ticket. And both of the investments in these programs are crazy low, right? Like almost like what? So I invite you to check out 5weekbookmastery.com, right? Or publishpositionandprofit.com. See when the next one is happening. Get your spot, right? Sign up. Do not miss this, because regrets come from inaction, right? So don't live with regrets. I was a hospice volunteer for a bunch of years. Regrets suck. Do not regret anything, right? Why wait? Other people are going to finish and publish their books. Why not you? Why not now? Why not get the clients? Why not get the partners? Go to 5weekbookmastery.com. Go to publishpositionandprofit.com. Right? Now's your time. Let me say that again. Now's your time. There's no reason not to get your book done. So as we say in Brooklyn, get your freaking book done. And I can help you do it, right? And hey, by the way, thank you for sticking around for the whole thing. Here's how you can get your templates for the great testimonials. Go to bookreviews.cc. Once again, bookreviews.cc. And to wrap it up, I want to say thank you very, very much. Ben Joya, influencewithaheart.com. Reach out to me any point. Come join the course. Come join the deep dive. Come be an affiliate of mine if that makes sense for you, right? But do not let this opportunity go to waste, right? There's too much at stake. There's too much at stake in the world. People need your message like never before. The people that you serve, the people that you partner with, they're waiting for you to help them change their business or life, or both for the better. And you can be the bridge for that whole new world for them, and for a business and life that you love. So Ben Joya, influencewithaheart.com. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you again soon. Cheers.